What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to Citystate. My name is Splattercat. Really happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and continue to check out this cool little management game. I'm thinking what I'm going to do right now. If you haven't watched the first episode, I highly recommend it. You should absolutely go check that out. What I would say is that we'll put in like a medium density shopping rob over there and a medium density shopping rob over there. How's that sound? That should give people more than enough shopping to make them happy. We have a shanty town over here, which is kind of weird. I don't want commercial over there. I thought I clicked on... wasting money, wasting money. Splatty's so good at wasting money. Apparently that place is upset about its value, but it's high-density housing, and if we got shanty towns popping up, that means we've got a lot of people coming in, either from immigration or from other sources that are clogging up the works a little bit. I don't know. It's basically people who are homeless. They don't have any place to go. And so they sort of just like eat up space a little bit and they create these shanty towns or whatever. That's high density housing right there, huh? That's what you're telling me. That should upgrade. I have no doubt that that should upgrade to at least stage 2. This down here is low density housing. We can probably upgrade that to medium density housing. Without too many issues. We still have a surplus, which is a really good place to be. It's a fantastic place to be, actually. We're making a little bit of money off of right there. Middle-class income. I don't know if we have any middle-class people. We have 0 middle-class people. I don't know how we convert people on up to middle class, but we got to do it somehow. And so that's got me a little concerned. What is this right here? Should guns be legal? Do any of these make me money? Let's go... Possession is legal, but carrying is illegal. Sounds good to me. That sounds okay. Like, you're allowed to own guns, but don't be carrying them around on the street and shit. Should we regulate private educational institutions? Allowed to operate for post-secondary courses only and subject to national curriculum. I don't really want schools. Like, we can have, so, private schooling... Yeah, we'll go with private schooling right there. That's okay. That's fine. Private schooling, whatever. I don't really have a feeling about it strongly one way or another. Should copyrights and patents be enforced by the government? I would say that licensing them out... Yeah, we'll give intellectual property for 10 to 50 years seems fair. That seems pretty fair, 10 to 50 years. I don't think I don't think that's going to be an issue. I don't know if the jungles back here are negatively affecting us or positively affecting us. I honestly have no idea on that front. I'd like to know, though. I really would. I wish there was a little meter or something like that that told you... What's our immigration policy? We're closed. So we can present or we can facilitate. Oh, we lose stability for that. Okay. I mean, stability's a little rough right now, so maybe we'll kind of hang on and we'll mess with... Apparently, I lost the stability anyways, even though I only messed with the meter while the game was paused. Fantastic. That's super fun. Alright. So they got employees over here. We are being propped up almost entirely by the gold industry, aren't we? That's pretty much it. We're just being propped up by gold. We are producing food now, so apparently somebody has decided to work our farms. So that's good. That's nice to know. I'll probably... Let's run a road back over to here. We'll kind of clear this out on this side. And let's just make a nice little rural area out here. There we go. And that's outside of the range of all this land over here. So hopefully this will become healthy farming land, I would hope. So we can produce more of our own food. I'll clear that out. And another thing we need is iron. And so we've got a bunch of iron down here. Let's go ahead and let's check for iron real fast. That can be a private mine. I don't really know the difference between a private mine and a state-owned mine. I couldn't honestly tell you. But it seems like private mines make more money. And so I tend to stick with private mines. These guys down here are probably not going to be able to max out their employees anytime soon. And so that's a bit of a bummer. But it's actually not that bad of a situation, because what I can do is I can add more housing down here, especially like in this area. Let's go ahead and we'll add low-density housing kind of as we get further away from the No! That's wrong. That's very, very wrong. There we go. I want that right there. And I don't know if farms negatively affect this. I think that farms do, although some people like that rural living, so I honestly have no idea. Like, I don't know if they're just undesirable while they're in development, and then once they're actually concluded, that's when they become much better. Like, I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. I really don't know the difference between the low density, medium density, and high density either. My assumption is that was how many people lived there at face value. But, so this land is very desirable over here, but this land is less so. Okay, well, what we'll do right there then is we'll kind of put in a couple of parks just to even that out. Looks good to me. What can a park not fix, bro? What can it not fix? Parks get fixed by everything, dude. You could put a park anywhere and it'll be just fine. It'll be fine, just fine. But I do need to make some money here. And so if we can bring in a much better iron surplus... Oh, that only makes $46. That barely changed anything. Gold is by far the much better industry for us to focus on right now. I don't really know why our industries are not functioning. Like in the tutorial, it never quite tells you, oh, we've got a shortage of labor. Oh. I'll put those in right there, and I'll put a park on that corner, I think. And those are within 3 of a mine, so we don't want to do that right there. Well, a little bit of high density right there, and then we'll try to beautify the area like so. I need to bring in more taxpayers so that we have more of a workforce. I think that's our biggest issue, but I would love to see like meters on the screen somewhere that are like, what do you need and in what areas? So if you had like a blue meter, a green meter, and a red meter so that you knew that you needed industrial or that you knew you needed commercial or anything like that. Because right now, the game seems to function a lot on like esoteric systems that I can't quite put my thumb on. I can't quite put my finger on it. Over here we have the oil industry. I would like to get some oil running. Like, that would be great. But there's no guarantee that that's going to be something that's going to be long-term viable. Wow, that land value is crazy right there. People are loving that land value. So the amount of available money in each class's pocket ready to be invested in new houses and companies. So the middle class is doing pretty well, and the lower class is doing pretty well right now. As far as trade goes, building all those houses actually didn't affect us that much. Like, it hurt a little bit, but it didn't hurt that badly. I think we could probably do with another commercial property down here. We'll go with a high-density commercial property right there so that there's shopping and there's stuff that people can get done in this area without kind of spooking themselves. We need a road to run down here to maintain our 3 spacing. If we really wanted it to function okay. We got another policy that it wants us to weigh in on as well. For national security purposes, should the government conduct surveillance programs? No. Absolutely not. That's a slippery slope right there. Hell no. Apparently that brought us up from leftist politics, apparently. We went from socialist up to liberal for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but surveillance systems are not something that I'm down with, so I don't think the government should be surveilling anything. Are those shanty towns right there? Is that what those are? Informal settlements? Bulldoze those. I'm pretty sure the people that own this land right here don't want like random squatters living behind their house. Or a 2.5% unemployment right now. If we were going to build another road, it needs to be lined up right there. But we don't want to go too ridiculously crazy with the house building over here. Because we don't want to be within 3 of that guy right there. Otherwise, we're going to get in trouble. I'll put in a couple of parks right here because I can afford it. Normally I can't afford it, but right now we can afford it. So I'll throw that in right there just to make sure that things are happening and things are kind of moving in the direction that they need to go as far as the beautification of our little state goes. And we're making 170 gold right now. If we had a bigger workforce, I would weigh in on maybe getting ourselves some more mines just to make our life a little bit easier. I don't think there's any fisheries or anything like that we can do right now. If we have a steelworks right here, which we could throw in. The steelworks would go right over here. And it's not within 3 of any of our other stuff, so might be able to do something with that. We have a special building. We might as well, like, go for it. What is this, a port? I don't think we need a port right now, because I don't think that, like, connects to off the grid anyways. Like, we have a lot of water or whatever, but I'm not positive that a port's going to help out here, but a steelworks sounds really good. Let's get a steelworks going over on that side. And we also have a weapons plant, a state-owned weapons plant. Why not? I mean, it'll probably generate revenues, right? Like, who knows, man? Like, I don't know if the government should be in the business of manufacturing weapons. That seems like a really dangerous conflict of interest. But, like, I don't know. There's a lack of a workforce right now, so we need to get more people to build down here and get settled in. Like, we could probably pretty easily get away with some medium density over here. That commercial, that IKEA right there is doing pretty well in that corner, so that's good. What is that right there? That's a stage 3 low-class housing. Okay. What is that? That's a stage 3... I don't know. We got people moving in, so, like, why worry about it? It looks like people are kind of broke right now, but that's because our unemployment is kind of bad at the moment. We are making a lot of money, but I think if we can get people settled into working over here, production is normal on weapons. So how much money is that bringing in? So manufactured goods, we are selling at 7U per, and production is at 19, and our consumption is at 4. So yeah, that's going to be the source of a pretty major... That's going to be the source for a pretty major set of goodies right there. I would say maybe to kill those off. I don't want to overdo it with the things that exist over here as far as commercial properties go. But I don't want to, like, underdo it either. Like, that'll probably help out a little bit. Let's just drop a couple of those in there and see what happens. It may go well, it may go badly, I don't know. Like, there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to some of the stuff that I do in this game. What benefits should families get from the government? We can go with an allowance to low-income families, weighted by the number of children, extended allowances to all families. I mean, it'll bring our approval rating up right now. And we do have a surplus, so it may help out. And we need to get middle-class people moving into our area. And if we can't do that, like, we're going to have a real problem with our middle class income tax. And so we can also dedicate to education here. $1 per 1,000 citizens. How many citizens do I have? Let's take each up to 5 to make people feel a little safer. That did hurt our bottom line a little bit. But a little bit of spending per citizen I think will help out a little bit in making this place a little bit better and a little bit more pleasing to live in. Like, as of right now, we don't have, like, any, like, police force or anything else like that. We are essentially the owner of a massive slum. And so things seem to be stalled out at rank 2. And I'm thinking that maybe helping out with some of that might fix this up. That land right there, we can go ahead and just get rid of that. 1, 2, we can get rid of you 2. That's too close to the mine, and I didn't even notice. So those can go right there, and we'll replace that housing on this side. They should still get the beautification bonus from those parks right there without too many other things going wrong. Yeah, I was going to say, this land should be pretty desirable. Like, people should want to live here, I would think. So we got our weapons plant. We got some other good things right now. We can get a beach over here, which would be pretty cool. Like, I don't know how the beaches are going to do us, but what do they cost? Like, what do they do? So capacity 250. Monthly, it costs us $50 to run. Yeah, put in a couple of beaches, I guess. I don't know what it does. Like, it costs us money to run these, but I figure putting one in here and there probably can't be that bad, right? Looks good to me. I mean, it costs us a little bit of money, but if it has the additive effect of, like, beautifying the area or bringing in, like, tourism or anything like that, that'd be pretty cool. So Beach has employees, actually. People work there. And then we pay utilities on it. And then it's also, it looks like it's a modified store. And so it costs $50 a month to run, but the sales tax revenue is kind of bad. Wonder if I should raise 10% sales tax is pretty high, though. Where I live, we have really high sales tax, and it's like 8%. And so 10% seems pretty wild. It looks like we only have 42 middle-income people here, and I don't know how we get them to move in. Let's lower taxes on them, I guess, and see if that maybe inspires some of them to come live here. We'll go ahead and neutralize both of those. We've got a new state of business that we need to hand to, too. So should we encourage the use of renewable energy sources? I'm not really interested in doing any subsidies right now. I'll be honest with you. Like, ugh. Pigeonholed. Pigeonholed. I assume that I can change these later on, but it seems like no matter what I do, I'm going to lose money here, or I'm going to lose approval rating. I don't know what choice is honestly the best one that I should go for. Like, the only reason we're not bankrupt right now is because of gold. Like, that's pretty much the only reason why. Let's set the goal for 35% right now. We'll set the goal for 35%. But I'm going to have to expand housing a little bit further in order to make up for that demand. Like, I don't really have much of a choice. Like, we're getting kind of close to the border on that side. And we have a new issue. Should we raise tax on cars to ease traffic and lower carbon emission? Yeah, raise taxes on polluting vehicles. That's fine. I'll take the plus 23. That'd be helpful. Like, things that can't, like, pass a smog check. We have that in California where you got to take your car in, like, every 5 years to get smogged or whatever. And if your car can't get smogged, it's not legal to have it on the road. That way emissions are continually being lowered or whatever. The big issue we have over here is that these houses are too close to a mine, I would think. Like, we've balanced it out a little bit. In our trade, what are we doing right now? So we're producing 84 food. We're not actually making money from that. We're losing money. So it may be time for us to expand out on the... It might be a good idea to get some more farmland running. Let's see what we can do on the Mumu front. Like, we've got some really good oil right here. Let's go ahead and make a private oil mine right there. We don't have a lot of unemployment to maintain these two, though. Unlucky. Hey, there we go. All right, so we'll put in a couple of oil mines right there. And the rest of what I would do is just turn this into farmland so that we have, you know, an adequate source of food coming in. And then we're not having to, like, pay to get our food set up. Unemployment is very, very low, though, so that makes me think that we need more people coming in. And so let's think about where we want to put in some more housing. The mines are obviously acting as like a boundary for what I can do, but we do have this little area over here that we can fiddle around with, which I don't think would be too bad of a plan. Like 1, 2, 3. That'll go out on diagonals, so safely we can get to like over here, I think. Drop a couple parks right there, and it looks like actually money's on the up and up after we open up that oil industry. Who would have thought that if you have oil, you make more money? Our trade capacity is kind of over the top right now, which means that we're capped out on the amount of money we can actively make off of some of the things we have going on. But as some of these houses get built, I think we'll be in better shape. Oh, we can have a monorail. Really, where does the monorail go? Well, I can put it on top of the roads. That's kind of cool. What does that cost for upkeep? $10 per monorail? I mean, we are going to have to lower traffic in this area. We're not really going to have much choice there. But it is expensive. We'll set it up briefly right there for right now, even though it don't look like a monorail. Like, basically, I'll have it go around this main little area right here. But we got to make more money before that becomes, like, a plausible excuse. So for right now, it's just a way for you to get to work a little bit faster. But later, we'll figure out what we want to do with it. These areas are failing to develop, even though they are very desirable plots of land. So it's level 3, low-class housing. Okay. Like, the middle class is booming. Let's maybe think about putting in a road right here. I'm, like, contemplating what I want to do. Can I upgrade this to 6-lane roads? I can? Oh, that'd be kind of nice. How should we regulate genome editing? Genetically engineered babies and human cloning are not allowed. Animal genetics engineering and animal cloning are allowed. Genome modifications are allowed on bacteria and viruses for research purposes. Let's go with that one right there. I mean, I'm fine with animal cloning too, but apparently people are upset about that here, so I don't really... I don't know. I'm playing the game right now, not necessarily with what I would do, but like with what I... Oh my god, government buildings. Okay, so we can have a modest cabin. We can have a modern mansion. We can have a bunker house, or we can have a historical house. Costs $140 a month, but it does give us nicer things. I'm not going to use taxpayer money right now to like finance my own personal housing, I guess. I'm not really trying to do that at the moment. Let's go with high density commercial right there. A little high density commercial right there. My road is going in right here. I don't know. Maybe that'll help out with something. I honestly couldn't tell you. We're going to put in a road, though, over on this side. Although they already have road access. The only real reason I would need that is if I was going to build some stuff over here. And I think that's inside the range of the mine. I don't know. That's kind of like risky property right there. I don't know how I feel about that. Industrial seems to be booming, though, so that's good. I'll probably put in... Let's add one more industrial building just in case. Your first government building is ready to be built. Click the blue button. Yeah, I'm not really... I guess I can put the gubernatorial mansion, like, over here. We'll put it right near the border so that we can skip on over that thing just in case something goes wrong and there's, like, a coup or whatever. We'll add it on in, but no guarantees, you know what I mean? Our trade capacity is insufficient. Industries and farms will leave the country if we don't build new infrastructure. Okay. How bad is it? It's not too bad. What is this right here? What is that? We can also do a port down and over here. What's the upkeep on that? Monthly cost is $200 on a port. Good lord. Let's do it. I'm going to see what happens because we're basically at the end of this little experiment that we're doing anyways. And I sort of want to see what occurs. So the port looks to increase my trade capacity by quite a bit. And so we should get some fill-ins right there. We still need more farms, though, strangely enough. We need many, many, many more farms. Alright. Well, I mean, I suppose we could do more farming out here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's add a few more. So, what's valuable over here? This gold is valuable on this side. That's all that we know. So we don't really want to bulldoze that on that side if we can help it. This area is less valuable, though. So it's not entirely implausible that we might be able to run something down this way. I mean, mines over here will affect productivity on that side. Ew. I'm blocked. I think I should be able to do this over here, though. I don't want that nasty little roundabout right there either. I'd much rather not have that. Traffic exceeds the capacity. The city is too dense, so the roads are inadequate. Congested roads decrease land value. Which roads are congested? This guy right here and this guy right here. Sounds like it's time for us to add some more monorail. He can't really afford the monorails that he's actively placing inside of his city right now. But he's trying real hard. That might take us back into the red. Yeah, it looks like that big time put us into the red. Alright. Well, you know how we fix that problem? With gold mines! Yep. Let's get gold mined up. We have no capacity for any of these things that we're actively doing right now, but hey. Splatty don't really care about that. These guys will probably get hit by a negative by that mine right there, but I'm not going to contemplate it too much. Trying to bring some more people into the city so that we can get net positive right now. Yeah, I know we don't have the workforce for what I'm trying to do. I'm aware. I'm aware, game. I am aware. Yeah, it appears as though we've just made a giant set of project buildings. And that's like all that we've ever accomplished here. I mean, they're looking a little bit nicer. Not like that much nicer, but like a little bit nicer. Either way, this game is called Citystate. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. Check out the video from last time if you didn't catch this one and you wanted to see the run-up into this little area. I will see you all later. If you wanted to get the game for yourself, you can get it down below. The game is still being developed, and it's not quite at the level that I would like it to be, but it's still like a fun little city manager, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. I mean, it seems like gold is the cheaty way to win, and if you don't use gold, you tend to bleed out on money pretty rapidly. But, like, what do I know about anything? I will see you all later. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like on it. It helps out content creators more than you know. I do have a Patreon if you wanted to support through there, but it's never expected. And you should come hang out live at twitch.tv/SplatterCatGaming. See y'all later. Hi to everybody.